India's struggle for independence was a long and arduous journey. It was a fight fought on many fronts with many different approaches. While some leaders advocated for peaceful non-cooperation, others believed in taking up arms against the British Raj. This latter group, the revolutionaries, formed a radical and vital part of India's freedom struggle. Though often overshadowed by the mainstream nationalist movement, their sacrifices and ideology left an indelible mark on India's fight for freedom. Their methods, though violent at times, stemmed from a deep-seated love for the motherland and an unyielding desire for her freedom. They were driven by the belief that India's destiny lay in her own hands, not in the hands of her colonial rulers. These revolutionaries, often young and filled with patriotic fervor, were willing to lay down their lives for their country. Their stories are tales of bravery, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to the cause of freedom. They emerged from different parts of India, united by their shared dream of an independent India. Their actions, though sometimes debated for their efficacy, undoubtedly shook the foundations of British rule and inspired countless others to join the struggle for independence. This essay explores the two distinct phases of India's revolutionary movement, the early movements before World War I and the later movements that emerged after the war. Through understanding their origins, ideologies, actions, and eventual decline, we can truly appreciate their contribution to India's long walk to freedom. The seeds of revolutionary thought were sown in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. India, under the yoke of British colonialism, saw the rise of nationalism. This national awakening, however, wasn't limited to peaceful protests and petitions. A section of Indians, particularly the youth, grew increasingly impatient with the moderate approach of the Congress. The Partition of Bengal in 1905 proved to be a turning point. This blatantly divisive policy, aimed at weakening the nationalist movement, instead ignited a firestorm of protest across Bengal and beyond. The Swadeshi movement, advocating for the use of Indian-made goods, gained immense momentum and became intertwined with the burgeoning revolutionary spirit. International events further fueled the fire. Japan's victory in the Russo-Japanese War from 1904 to 1905 shattered the myth of European invincibility and served as a beacon of hope for colonized nations worldwide. The writings of Irish nationalists and the rise of revolutionary movements in Russia and China resonated with the plight of Indians. They learned valuable lessons in organization, propaganda, and guerrilla warfare. Secret societies, often with links to expatriate revolutionaries, began to form across India. These groups, fueled by nationalist fervor and anger against colonial oppression, aimed to overthrow British rule through armed rebellion. They engaged in political assassinations, dacoities to fund their activities, and the distribution of revolutionary literature to incite the public. This marked the beginning of a new, more radical chapter in India's struggle for freedom. The early revolutionary movement, though geographically scattered, saw a surge in daring actions against British officials and their Indian collaborators. The Muzaffarpur conspiracy of 1908, where young revolutionaries attempted to assassinate the district magistrate, shook the British administration. Khudiram Bose and Prafulla, the two young men involved, became household names, their sacrifice inspiring awe and fear in equal measure. Similarly, the assassination of Curzon Willey in London in 1909 by Madan Lal Dhingra sent shockwaves through the British establishment. Dhingra, a young student, saw his act as retribution for the oppression faced by his countrymen. His trial and execution turned him into a martyr for the cause, his words resonating with countless others. However, these actions were often met with brutal repression from the British. The government enacted draconian laws such as the Seditious Meetings Act and the Newspapers Act to curb dissent and silence opposition. Revolutionary leaders were arrested, imprisoned, or exiled. Secret societies were infiltrated and dismantled, their networks disrupted. Despite the setbacks, the early revolutionary movement played a crucial role in shaping India's freedom struggle. It instilled a spirit of defiance in the Indian psyche, proving that the British were not invincible. The sacrifices of these early revolutionaries laid the groundwork for the more organized and widespread movements that would emerge in the years to come.